I'll show you how easy it is to make these beautiful muffin liners from parchment paper. No special tools needed. Start first by cutting yourself a nice big piece of parchment paper. I went ahead and pre-folded it into about 12 squares. Be sure that you cut yourself a nice long piece from the roll of parchment paper. Each square is basically 5 inches by 5 inches, which means this entire long piece is about 15 inches by 20 inches. I go ahead and cut out all these little squares. It's kind of an annoying process because I can only find my daughter's scissors to use, so this is why I'm struggling. Eventually I finally finish and I go ahead and stack all the pieces together. Then I take about a third of the pieces, or maybe 4 pieces, and I go ahead and fold it tightly into a rectangle. Be sure to really crease down this rectangle. Then I fold it again into a square. Usually I'll do it in just one piece at a time, but sometimes I want to kind of speed things up, so you can take a few of the pieces together. Again, you fold it into a rectangle like this. Be sure to firmly press, and then fold it again into a square. If you do decide to do multiple pieces at one time, like I'm doing, it's really important that you really press firmly down on the edges of the rectangle and square, just to make sure it goes through all the way to the other piece. So once you're done folding, you go ahead and unfold the square. Again, I do a few pieces at once, but you can do one if you prefer. Go ahead and cut a slit that's at least about 1 inch. You want to cut about halfway through each of the folded lines of this paper. These little slits that you're making is what's going to let the parchment paper really easily just sit right into the muffin liner pocket without having to do much manipulation. So you can see each little mini square has a slit that extends about half the length of the box. You can now take all your prepared parchment paper and set it aside. Next, you're going to grab some butter and go ahead and grease all of the muffin tin cups, whatever you call them. Basically, be sure to really do the bottom, the sides, really everything. So then you're going to grab your little piece, and I fold it in a rectangle to reinforce the lines, unfold it, and then fold it in a perpendicular rectangle, okay? And then this helps it sit. So you press down firmly on the bottom, and then look how easy that is. It basically just sits in by itself. So again, fold in a rectangle to reinforce the lines, unfold it, and then fold in the opposite direction, or perpendicular, and then just use your finger, press down on the bottom, and naturally it just sits where it's supposed to sit. How easy is that? So here you can see how beautiful it looks. I went ahead and just did the whole entire thing, and then that's done. You're basically ready to bake your muffins. What's nice about these muffin liners is they're not just beautiful and rustic, but they're also very forgiving. So for example, if your muffins don't necessarily rise as much as you want them to, these muffin liners basically kind of hide the fact that maybe your muffins aren't perfect. There's never going to be spillage, and it's honestly my preferred way now to line my pan whenever I bake muffins at home.